Guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Asa's Pixel Studio. In today's video I'll be showing you how to retouch traditional images, the face portrait of the model. So let's get started. I'll be showing you step-by-step procedure of how to go about this and how to achieve the best result. Let's observe the model's image or the bride face. The first thing we need to work on is our primary aim is to work on the skin, and also we can see that the eyes also needs to be worked on, and some color correction just a little bit, and we need to do all those. So let's get started. We also need to use liquify tool to adjust the jaw. So I'm going to be showing you all of that. So let's start with the first step, which is color correction, and for that I'm quickly going to use the hue and saturation adjustment layer, and I'm going to use the hand tool and place it somewhere here, and it's going to bring up this red and this slider, and you can see that whatever we're going to have alter on the slider is going to affect the color that is selected, which is the red. So let's increase the hue, and we're going to see some color variation. So for that we have the green and the blues. The blues represent the red, while the greens represent the orange and the yellows. All right, so all are also part of the skin tones. So now I'm going to adjust the slider till I get just that color alone, but in this case I want to select just the red side. So I'm just going to go ahead till you feel. Let's keep on adjusting the slider, so somewhere around here is fine. Now I can see that the rest part that are not selected are looking uniform, while the rest part are not. Okay, so what we need to do is to make this 0, since we've gotten the range we want using the slider. I'm going to increase this, and when you are increasing it, don't let it be more than 30. So sometimes 14 should be fine if you want to keep it minimal, but if you want to go extreme you can go to 24 and 30. Don't let it pass 30, but for this one I guess 15 just looks okay for me. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to close it and then pick the mask, the brush tool, and I'm going to turn it off and on to see where we need to put the effect. So let's just invert the mask and let's place the effect where we want to see it. So I'm going to make the brush bigger and make sure the image look flat here, so I'm just gonna close it like that. Now the next thing we're going to do is to work on the brightness. So I'm going to select the color, solid color. It's okay, choose any color you like, turn it off, double click to open up the color picker, and I'm going to select the eyes in this case because the eyes needs to be high. Sometimes you can use the teeth, so but I'm going to use the eyes instead. Select any place in the eyes, increase the brightness. It's okay, turn it on, change the blend mode to divide, and you're going to brighten up the image. Now it's too bright, so you're going to go back inside and take this up. Now you've lost some of the color, skin color, so I'm going to go to the saturation and I'm going to bring it down to bring back some of the colors, and it's okay. So you can see the before, it's just brightening up the image just a bit. So if you can't see the effect that much, you can go back inside and go to the brightness, and you can bring it down till you have this. Okay, so we have before and after, so just a little bit brightness. And now we can go ahead and maybe create a stem visible layer, but for this one I'm going to hold down Shift Alternate E to create a stem visible layer. And now we can work on the skin tones using frequency separation. So how does frequency separation work? Frequency separation is actually separating the skin tones and the textures so that you can work on them independently. What are the skin tones? The skin tones are the colors you see in the photo. Just like this, you have the orange, you have the rich brown or light fair skin. You also have the yellows. Those are skin tones, color. And also the textures are these eyelashes, the roughness. So we have the roughness of this, you are going to see it soon, the roughness of the lips, the roughness of the eyes. So those are textures. Now I'm going to duplicate it twice, and I'm going to name these tone, hit enter. You're going to name this texture. You can name it anyhow you want it. Texture, hit enter. I'm going to select the two layer, group them, and name the frequency separation. So FREQ. All right, so took out my time to do that very well, and I'm just going to select the texture, select the clone stamp tool. Of course, we know this is not rash or pimples, so let's hold down hot and select an area, and then fix. Like I said, sample all layer should be checked off, should be on current layer, and the rest should be the same. So I'm going to sample somewhere and cover those blemishes that she has, and make sure the skin's is looking smooth. So something like that. Let's zoom out and zoom in. So I'm gonna cover all these places like that, and we have a smooth skin. All right, so which other places? Let's look at a forehead, and we have some of this roughness. Just gonna quickly fix that. So for quick work, quickly fix that one, and you can see our eyelashes looking very rough. We should also fix that as well, and that's gonna take a very long process. So something like that, just need to dress it just a little bit. Okay, let's see, hold on hot and push it up. This looking rough, but you can just take some texture and place it on it. Yes, we're going to do that later on in the video, but it's still looking okay. So select select an area using Alt, and let's just say we are good with this one. So now we can see before and then after frequency separation. Let's zoom in, and now we want to whiten the eyes, but I guess there are some places we need to work on. So let's create the hue and saturation adjustment to color correct some places. I'm going to select this darker side and increase, so we still have those blues area and some of the places that are less saturated or more saturated. Yes, so let's reset the mask, reset, and go to select color range, and I want to, those places are saturated, so you can see the places that are saturated. I'm going to bring it back a little, and for that it's okay. It's going to make a selection of that. Go to the mask, go to edit, view, and you're going to fill it with because the mask is white, you're going to fill it with black, and it's okay. So it's going to fill it with black, and now you're going to invert it. So Ctrl D to deselect, and now let's invert. Ctrl I to invert the mask. Guess I pressed the wrong thing. Let's go back. So Control high to invert the mask, Control high. And now let's go inside and we're going to desaturate. Not everything. This is what you get when you desaturate. I want to desaturate a lot, so let's redo that. So I'm just going to select the mask, go to select color range. This time around, hold down shift and select more of those places that are saturated. Yep, so like that. Let's select this side and more of this side and increase the fuzziness, and it's okay. So we have that selection. For us to check it, we can hold on Alt, click on it, and that's it. Alright, so we can go ahead now and desaturate. So bring it backwards to desaturate, but not too much. And we can also as well increase or decrease the hue, and we have that. So the next thing I'm going to do, let's see before and after. It's very obvious at the other side, so we're going to take it up a little to somewhere 15 should be fine. Let's work on the highs, and for that I'm going to select the channel mixer and put it at monochrome. Okay, so let's Control high to invert the mask, Control I. And now we're going to select the highs, but let's use the brush tool first of all. Make the brush smaller, and we're going to paint with foreground color white, and let's just do it like this quickly. So we're going to come back to that. I'm going to hit X on the keyboard to invert and remove some places, such as that side and this side as well. So now let's go inside, and now since it's at monochrome, we're going to decrease the red, not too much, increase the blue till we have it whiter. I'm going to increase this as well to somewhere like that. And before we do anything more or further, it's already looking white, but we're going to change it to screen. Now since it's at screen, we need to balance it up. So let's take this downwards and let's see the best one that fits. Let's bring this backwards, and if that's not enough, you can add also the hue and saturation adjustment and grab the mask, hold and Alt, drag it over and replace it. And now you can go into that and maybe decrease the saturation, and not too much, not everything, just a little bit, and break it. And you can also brighten up the highs if you want to, but I don't think that's necessary. So +2 should be fine, but I'm gonna leave it at 0. Alright, so that's that for the highs. I'm gonna group it together and we can compare before and after, just whitening the highs. We can as well apply it to the teeth. So let's select this and go ahead, make it very small, and paint the teeth as well. Make sure the foreground color is white, and we can paint on the lips, the teeth. So I didn't want to use any plugins, if not I would have achieved a lot, but that's that for the now. Okay, so since we've gotten that, we can create a stem visible layer, Control Shift alternate E, create a stem visible layer. And then for that, we're going to go ahead and use the liquify tool. So go to filter, liquify. So under the liquify tool, let's go to the face tool and bring the nose together a little bit, and the jaw, I'm going to bring it a little bit inside and grab the color grade. So far so good. I'm going to turn everything off, and we're going to compare with before. This is before, and then this is after. This is before, and then this is after. You can make also do some other retouching, so but I'm going to stop here for that. And thank you guys for watching and staying true. See you in the next video.